What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Well, today's been amazing. I had a great live training of those who are in the Rise of the 20% class. Even my YouTube students class this Wednesday was on and fire. Now, welcome, welcome. You already know what I'm gonna say. Texas isn't closed. It hasn't been closed. I'm out here at a pizza place right now, and I had to wait an hour because the line, hundreds of cars have come through here, because we're closed. But anyway, so part of what I've been trying to get you guys to understand is I'm actually really invested in my city and my state. I'm actually on local boards, and that's something I don't talk about much because I don't want them to get me in too much trouble. But yeah, we basically, if you go read the essential business list of Texas for Houston and Dallas and even Austin, 80% of businesses have been open, baby. Okay? No matter what anybody tells you on the internet, we've been open, okay? I'm just gonna say it's quite comical. So on top of that, our governor, who had been, we're closed, Again, when you have certain people, again, just to clarify, the state of Texas, we've had 1,200 people moving here a day. We've got 293 moving to Dallas a day. More people even lining up out there. Okay. We even have 163 moving to Austin a day. We've got 500 plus people a day moving to Houston and 11 cities around Houston. Guess what? It's not all energy sector. Yes, 40% of our business here in Houston is energy sector, but let me make it very clear. Over 3,000 finance companies have come here to Austin, Texas. Over 3,000 companies have relocated their headquarters to Austin, Texas. Apple is building one of the largest campuses in the whole world here in Austin, Texas. In Houston, Texas, right now, you have a ton of manufacturing right now in the world and in the United States. Almost 20% of all the manufacturing made in the United States is made in Dallas, Texas. So a lot of men you meet, black men included in Dallas, Texas, work in manufacturing. Okay. Trucking. We are one of the fastest growing states for trucking. We have a ton of business here. Steel development, metal buildings, factory work, limestone. I could go on and on and on about the beauty that is Texas and why I invest in this state, why I live in this state, why I know for a fact every day I could pull up the community impact, and bring it up and show you how hundreds of black people leaving Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, what's that other state beside Ohio? Michigan, are coming here to Texas. Okay? Coming to Texas to live here, to work here. I actually am laughing because in the blueprint, this is how many cars are keep coming around this place. It's hundreds of cars, but we're closed. I keep trying to get you guys to, I'm going to do a video, and AM wanted me, were supposed to record it while he was here, but I was busy. But I'm going to record it, and I'm going to show you a $150,000 house. I'm going to show you, again, people lie, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Okay. I'm going to show you a $300,000 house in Texas. I'm going to show you a $500,000 house in Texas. Why am I doing this? Okay. Because companies are moving here by the dozens every single day. I actually went to a conference 5 years ago, and it was actually in Atlanta, Georgia. And the conference was talking about how Marietta, Georgia, and Alpharetta, Georgia, and Knoxville, Tennessee, and Chattanooga, Tennessee, Nashville, Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, North Carolina, I'm trying to remember all of them, somewhere in Arizona, and Huntsville, Alabama, we're going to get all these tech companies. This was 5 years ago, and it was about real estate, and the tech companies were trying to prepare themselves because they were going to move thousands of companies out of California, Silicon Valley, into these states. Now, mark my words, if you live in Atlanta, or you live in Alpharetta, Georgia, or Marietta, Georgia, you can read article after article after article how that area has completely changed. You can go look in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where Gary Vee even put an office. You can go right now. Don't take my word, you guys. And I'm serious about this. I want you guys researching for yourselves. Go look up the economic development of those cities. These cities have for years planned for years in advance, regardless of the Rona. They have planned for where they're going to put companies, where they're going to put businesses. I directly follow. Thank you, Nicole. You're in Chattanooga. You know what I'm saying is true. I directly follow. When I go look on a city and somebody says, man, there's development there. There's development there. Go over there, Erica. So I go over there. And I start typing in the computer. And you know the first thing I do? I go to the city. Why? Because I'm a person who has been trained to be on national boards, multiple boards, gas company, the light company, the power company, energy, whatever. I've been trained to be on nonprofit boards that work with cities. Okay? And so when I say these things to you, I'm not pulling them out of my ass. I'm saying what I know. Okay? As I'm telling you, go onto those cities pages, look for economic development plans, look at economic planning, look at where they show you a lot of the information. They already have it planned for their city. Right now, all of a sudden, Austin, Texas said, we're going to bring up $15 million in loans. They just decided that. And all of a sudden, everybody said, whoa, because they already knew that the governor was going to open up next week. Now, let me make it very clear. When I told you to pay your rent, when I said pay your mortgage, because these courts are going to be open. They will not be full schedule, but they will be open. And if you're in Texas right now and you have not paid your rent, I am pleading with you to pay your rent. I am pleading with you to make your payments, because repo industry is huge here in Texas. The auction industry is huge here in Texas. Right now I'm on Facebook Marketplace and people are selling things like the world's on fire. HEB was more prepared for this. Exactly. If these were normal times, I would be telling you about my trips in Japan and Italy. Exactly. Okay? I need water. Sorry. Not the, but you know what I'm saying. And this is water. Now, why am I giving y'all such passion, such energy? Why am I talking about this? Because I'm sitting in rooms with people. I'm in groups with people who don't look like me, and they're reaping the money like crazy over this. They already knew, okay? Even when I was talking with people in groups last year, and they put out that article that in 50 years, Black and Hispanic people would have no money, no wealth. And it wasn't because we weren't going to be making high incomes. It was because we weren't going to be owning anything. If you don't own anything, you don't have any companies, you don't have any businesses, you don't have any real estate, you don't have any land, you will be economically disadvantaged in the future. So I'm sitting here using my time to give you all this positivity, not because I need it, because you need it, because you guys are losing your damn minds. Literally, as I'm sitting here, I'm talking to someone on the phone before I got on here. Sparkling water is not H2O, but I do actually have a water bottle in the car if that's what you're concerned about. I mean, again, y'all come on the show and y'all miss the whole fucking point of the show. Got some water in here. Well, got some water in here. Are you worried about me not having enough water? It's in here. Got some water in here. All right. So part of why I want you guys to understand that is because I care, right? Like even right now, a company came to me. I can't tell you about that company. Let me tell you about another one. More Than Water. Go look this company up. It's called More Than Water. Now, what's funny is you ever buy tea or water from somewhere and you're like, man, this tea is kind of thin. This tea is kind of thin. There's a company called More Than Water, and it's water that has ginseng. It has, what's the other thing in it? Ginseng. What's that other thing? A little bit caffeine and something else. And inside that company is exploding like so fast that they didn't know what to do overnight. They're exploding, like they're shipping out of everything. Now, another thing you guys might not realize, here in Austin, Texas, we have multiple bottling companies. I mean, Texas tea was created here. Several energy drinks were created here. At one point in time, your girl was going to make a drink here. Yeah, getting my Christian Guzman on here in Texas, because it's possible in Texas. You know why? Because we got manufacturing in Texas. In Texas, okay? That's what we have. We make things here in Texas. Oh, don't worry. One day I'm going to be up on Cheddar and Fox Business and Friends. Don't worry. I'm working on it. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I'm just biting at the bit to tell you guys about, but we have to grow and develop in the right ways. See, we can't be petty patty. We got to be an adult. So I'm trying to be an adult about some things, okay? I really am. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to see you guys to see that if you look, Houston, Texas, they stack like, I'm not going to say rats, because if you're in Houston, you're probably going to get mad at me, but y'all are stacked like rats in Houston. I mean, Houston has 2/3 of the city's population. Neighborhoods are dense. The city is dense. There's no zoning laws. They got chickens and horses in the streets. They doing all kind of stuff. Houston is like the wild, wild west of crazy. So if it was going to pop off, and this is why I mean this is going to pop off, majority of people who went to Mardi Gras live in Houston, Texas. So you know how Mardi Gras popped it off in New Orleans? If it was going to pop off, because we've been watching it with our eyeballs, it would have blew up like the storm in Houston, because every year, everybody runs over to New... I can tell you right now, about 50 to 100 people... Laura, I love you right now, but right now, I'm going to go ahead and put you off the channel. It's just that kind of night, okay? It's just that kind of night. Have a great night. All right, so... yeah, I don't care. So, with that being said, I know 50 people who went to New Orleans. All right, they went to Mardi Gras. They're here in town. They're here in Austin. None of them are sick. They went to New Orleans. Then H-Town zoning is crazy. Everybody knows how H-Town zoning is out. It's just ludicrous. A ton of Houston people, a ton of Louisiana-born people live in Houston. Every year they go to the New Orleans, they go to the Nolans, they go out there, they party, they get their Mardi Gras on, and then they come. Okay? So I'm saying they come over back, they bring it back. They flew on planes. If they was coughing, they was coughing in the air. Okay? So I'm just trying to get you guys to understand, if it would have popped off, Houston to New Orleans is a 4-hour ride. It would have popped off, because those Negroes go back and forth to New Orleans all the time. Now, I told you, and I told everybody, and I will remain, this is me saying it right now. Today is the what? What's today? It's the 7th? The 8th? What's today? What's today? What's the day? The 10th? Whatever today's date is. If I get, you know what I'm talking about. If it pops off bad in Texas, I will be the first person to come here on YouTube and say, gosh darn it, I was wrong. Man, look how bad it's happening. But right now, if you actually pull the news curtains back, people will come to the hospital, have a heart attack. They'll call it that. People will come there shot victims. This is why they're making fun of it in the news. People who have been shot, they be like, well, they died because of that. From a gunshot wound, they're marking everything and everyone who comes in as that, without even the antibodies test. So yes, I'm not going to sit here and play these games with you and like, it's blowing up, it's going all over the world. I'm not going to do that, because that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Okay? Really ridiculous. But what I am going to do is show you what other business owners are doing. I'm going to show you what people who are winners are doing. Is it going to get bad? Yes. When you have, even if you have 30% of people, 30% of Americans who cannot work, we've already seen what happens when it's good times. You know, good Lord, they got this line going. I mean, and then people are getting out of their car standing when they're supposed to be in the car. Get back in your car. Follow the rules. Do y'all want to see what I'm talking about? I'll show you over here in a second. So when people know, excuse me, somebody's texted me something. What is that? Anyway, so part of what's been going on before this, man, they still coming in, is Ring doorbell cameras. Like even right now where I'm putting where my shop is, I'm having to get cameras installed. Why? What happened last recession? Old crazy hillbillies would siphon gas out of trucks at truck stops. So they had to have extra protection. So you have right now, security is going to boom. Security jobs are going to boom. We're going to have to hire a full-time security person that drives around a golf cart, protecting our new Texas Ground Zero project. You know, I'm moving in my new place and I'm getting all kind of security. You know, I already got the PPP. I already got Lucy. I'm good. But I already have my eye out on this neighborhood over here where I'm at getting this food right now, and a neighborhood across the way, because it's a higher end neighborhood and people really watch out, right? For stuff. So April 11th. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, New Orleans folks live here. They a lot of them live here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can. I have views and opinions about San Antonio, but the best person to ask on opinions and views of San Antonio is Tony. No, what's his name? Nick Taylor. Nick Taylor actually drove through here earlier, and he was on 130, and it was absolutely empty. So I was inside Austin, going around picking up supplies for the office, and my personal shopper was out there. She's like, "I got an HEB like that," and I was like, "Great." Everywhere was packed, absolutely packed. Now, what are my purpose? What are my goals right now? My goals are, while you're home and you're thinking about doing a YouTube channel, get the YouTube course. A lot of people, what I see they're doing right now, and I'm not disrespecting them, and I'm not laughing at them, is they're just throwing stuff up on YouTube. No rhyme, no order, no tags, no nothing. And I'm sitting here telling you there's a rhyme and a reason and an order to how you do it. And they're like, no, I'm just going to try and do all this stuff, and none of it's working. So you want to sit there and go, honey, let me take your hand. Let me show you how it works, or how you can do it, or how it could be better. And so that's the thing of it. When you're sitting there you're trying to help people, and they're basically kicking you in your face and kicking dirt in your eyes and telling you you're wrong, I don't have time for that. I just don't. Now, another thing is the rise of the 20% class. My goal for that class is to bring the... Okay, sorry about that. That my phone kept ringing off the hook, and I'm like, dang, y'all, don't you see I'm busy? Good gracious. Wear me out. Please, get my nerves. Let me see. Okay, sorry. All right, so I'm sorry. They are blowing my phone up, calling. I'm like, stop, y'all. All right, so anyway, sorry, I'm back. They just kept calling my phone, and I'm like, stop. Yeah, I mean, done the finance guy. Yeah, that's what I believe. And so I'm back. Sorry about that. They keep blowing my phone up, and I'm like, stop it. But here's the thing. My biggest concern for people is people who did not pay their rent. I think what you don't understand about Texas is we are crazy about football. And out of all the southern states, I pretty much believe Alabama and Texas are going to have them boys out there practicing outside. Like they're not even playing. They're already practicing. And so the reason I put together that course is I'm tired of coming on here on the internet fighting with you to use your brain and think of positive ways to push forward. So when I see people who I can actually consult and talk to and help them with their YouTube, and they're out there just throwing stuff on the wall and none of it's working, and then they're like, hey, Erica, can I talk to you on the phone? No, you can't. No. I have a whole course. I can show you step by step. I got payment plans. No. Same thing with the rise of the ultimate 20%. I wanted to make it this low price for people who've been on the YouTube channel to get involved, who wanted to be involved, and then I raised it to $2,500. There's a reason and a rhyme and a method to this, right? I'm going to go run ads and go be productive, because my thing is to bring people into the circle who are making moves, who are growing, who are changing, who knows this is a great time, exactly one, I live in Austin, Texas, to do what? Have a bottling company right here in the city where you can make a drink that goes into stores that's health-based. In a sea of people freaking out, health-based drink. All these shipping and manufacturing places all around Austin have had parking lots full of men going to work every day. Hence why a lot of places have 60% men having the virus, okay? And then on top of that, that's also why you have, think about it, your homeless population is highly men. So, when I sit here and have concern about people, I'm being careful. About people, what is your game plan? Do you know what I'm saying? Misty Steels, I have a great business in mind that I know will be profitable, but I do not have the money or credit to get it started. Any suggestions? Misty Steel, you need to be in a pre-selling mode. Any business ideal you have, if it's a great ideal, you can pre-sell it. I'm just being really honest. If it's so great, you should be able to literally go out here and go, hey, you guys, I have this product. And I've talked about this in other courses. I have this product. This is what it is. And people ought to be lining up to buy it. Lining up to buy it. If it's that great. See, the thing is, a lot of people tell you about an ideal and they go, well, I don't want to tell you my ideal because somebody might steal my ideal. Really what you're telling me is, I procrastinate. I don't take action. So I don't want to tell you my ideal because you might actually do something with it. So for me, if it's a great ideal, you should be able to stand on a street corner and tell somebody your ideal, and they ought to be able to, like, I'm going to give money for that, right? Like, if you're going to stand out here and go, hey, I have these trucks, people give money for that. Hey, I have this business, people give money for that. Stand out there, hey, I have this whatever for sale, people give money for that. Again, prime example, people go on Shark Tank not to actually get in with the sharks on the Shark Tank because they know they're going to sell half their business. They get on Shark Tank for the marketing. And that's why the sharks on Shark Tank even fought with the people, because they would have to give 10% to the actual CNBC. And that's why CNBC even did the show, because they knew they'd make all this money on the back end. Prime example, there's a keychain that if you get too far away from your phone and your car keys, it'll beep, or you can find it. That came on Shark Tank. And people were like, that seems stupid. Well, that seems stupid because a lot of those people are wealthy and don't drive themselves. Right? Also, you have the same thing too, where Ring Doorbell didn't make sense to them, but it made sense to Nas. Why did it make sense to Nas, the rapper? Because people do petty crimes. People go by people's doorstep and pick stuff up and take it. That happens. Thank you for everybody who's super chatting. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for 262 people here right now. Hit the like button. Part of me doing this is because be the good you want to see. Be the light you want to see. Yes, Nas owned Ring Doorbell. The classes are recorded, so you can always go back. And as I'm doing this class over the next 3 months and a half, really 4 months, I want people who are go-getters, because I know the money's out there, the minds are out there, the mindset's out there, and there's going to be people probably in that course and in those groups partnering with each other and working together. Now, yes, is the Facebook group a little delayed? It is, but we're putting them all in there. I mean, again, when you have 357 people sign up in 2 days, I mean, what can you do? You're literally just like forcing your VA to work. And plus, people have all these weird Gmails and UU mails and Y mails, and it's crazy. But part of what I want you guys to understand is, thank you, Loyal Determined, for the $5 super chat. This is the best time ever. If you were going to start that blog, if you were going to make your business, if you're going to do all these different things tech related, like every time I see somebody come on here, somebody, oh, I have an app ideal. Honey, you can go make an app yourself. I mean, we just looked up in the class, I think, my YouTube class, where a R&B magazine in Dallas has an app. When you sit here and say, well, I got an app ideal, there's too many like, all you need to do is go find a company to make it. If that, I mean, you literally can Google a company to make your app. You literally can Google. You can pay like $300 to $6,000 right now to make an app. So when people tell me, oh, I want to make an app, there's companies all over to make an app. Nas didn't invent it. He invested in it. If I misspoke or spoke too fast, I apologize. What's up, Andre Hatchett? What's up, Dallas, Texas? So that's part of what I want to clarify to you guys. Like, anything you put your mind to right now, it's possible. You want to have that app start? It's possible. You want to go buy, a little office? It's possible. Right now, even my landlord is very like, hey, okay, whatever. They're in Houston. I'm in Austin. And for the commercial space. And because he knows now, like, he might be able to build the rest of those 16 units. It's really about owning something. Nas made $40 million once Amazon bought Ring Light. Thank you, AD. I appreciate that, AD. And my power and position here is to use my platform appropriately. These cars are still coming in here, y'all. This is crazy. So some of the restaurants, if you don't understand, in Austin, there's this big band together. Yes, he turned 4.5 million to 40 million. Yeah. There is this big band together of we will support small businesses in Austin. Right? You got the Chick-fil-A's, you got your Chipotle's, you got all these big companies, but the small independent business, like the place I'm at, which is, I'm not gonna say because I don't want nobody to pull up on me and then I got to act crazy. I don't want to do that. It's a pizza place. That's all I'll say, and it's historic. It's here. So I ordered, my Caesar salad, a little small couple slices, and they're like, "Ma'am, it'll be an hour." I'm like, well, if it's gonna be an hour, go ahead and give me the medium pizza. I'm gonna go take it to my friend's house and we gonna share it. But the support that I'm seeing, I'm so proud of, because I know people in this city, and I know it may sound elitist, have money. The average income here in the city is like 77 to 80,000. Right? Are there a ton of people not making a lot of money in Austin? Of course. Of course. And I'm not insensitive to that, but like, if this incident doesn't make you stop and sit down and think about what you need to do and like what's the next moves you can make, like, you're misusing this opportunity. Now, if you live in a dangerous neighborhood or a not good situation, or your roommates with people and they're not responsible, you might need to actually get yourself a bug out bag. You might need to get yourself some weapons. You might need to learn how to board up your house. You might need to learn how to, get things, the parameters safe. Sup, James Forbes, Fort Bragg. Because that's what you might need to do, right? You might need to make it safe. And if that's your focus right now, do it. Right now in Michigan, there are people posting pictures of where they don't have, like, basically when you go to the store, you can't buy it if it's not a necessity or essential. So they had seeds and they had organic food. You couldn't buy it. So in my mind, immediately I told them, you should be reaching out to farmers via Instagram, via Google, via research. This is not a brand new concept. Apparently it is to some people. You should be Googling local farmers near you, because those farmers, and that's what part of the thing I'm teaching in the class, they're using YouTube and Instagram ads like crazy right now. Why? Because people immediately go, I don't want to go to a grocery store. Everybody in there coughing, sick, touching fruit. I don't want that. But there's a local farmer down here who's selling eggs, selling pork, selling bacon, selling other stuff, selling chickens, and it's fresh, it's organic. And a lot of farmers in Central Texas are thriving. A lot of farmers in other cities are thriving because the move to that localized food has been a wow. There's a book and it talks about things localizing. I can't think of the name, but it talks about things localizing, and it came out like 5 years ago. And people thought, well, ain't nobody doing that. But it was in the same vein as Frugalwood. These people moved out. Like the other day, I drove my mechanic and our other office mechanic to Georgetown, and we were driving around, and they were like, man, it's dark out here, because they used to living in Houston, full of lights, busy city, very densely populated. And so I was like, yeah, it is, but I love it, because eventually I might move this far out, because at the end of the day, this is where, it's the in-between. It's the in-between lands. Yeah, there's a ton of CSA. Yeah, ton of CSA. And that was part of, there was a course I was going to make, Middleman to Millions. There was a course I was going to talk about farming and land. But I didn't, because at the time I didn't have the two young farmers that were doing what they do now on the videos. And I realized some of the stuff you want to give to people and show people, they're just not ready for. And we're not all on the same level, right? Today, I had when I was doing my class, and some of the people who were in the class may know, they may know that when I was in the class, I ran out. I said, I'll be right back. I got to close the door. My personal shopper came to my house and dropped off supplies, everything else I needed. This girl's an Australian immigrant here, young, 20s, like ready to get it, in the rain, bringing stuff to my house. And I just said, man, look at that. I'm able to be a blessing to her. I'm able to hire multiple black men, multiple white men on my staff and drivers. I'm being a blessing to people, and that's what I have to focus on. And I want a lot of you to focus on, can you be a blessing to your family and your kids and your family? I'm telling you this because I know this. There are going to be many women who do not return to work. Point blank period. I know a girl right now selling kids learning items. She used to work at a Montessori school, and she has already crafted multiple items that she's getting made, mass manufactured already. And we only been out for 3 weeks, but she knows if she puts, they came from a Montessori school, they came from a private school, design, people are going to buy it. People already bought up all the ones her husband made. And he literally took wooden boards and I can't even describe all of it. But anyway, you have to use what you got. And you have to use your platform and your position to do good. Alerting people to what's happening is what we need to do. But also focusing, having thought leaders that help people make decisions, that's what we need to be doing too. Just do. Ray Bickham, like bend it like Beckham, gave me a $50 super chat. Thank you. My wife saw that Cash App payment to you and thought Erica was my mistress. I was rolling. Keep dropping the knowledge, queen. Tell your wife I said hi. Listen, when I first started my business, I would have it say Erica Williams instead of the company name. And I'm talking about $5,000 consulting calls. And people's wives would call me and be like, I'm just trying to find out who Erica Williams is. So at that point, I changed all my PayPal and all my stuff to say my business name, and even Stripe when people paid in my business name. Even now, people will call the phone that's attached to that and go, hey, I have this thing deducting from my account. Who is this? And I'll be like, this is Erica Williams from the Classy Climb blog. And they always go, oh yeah. I totally bought that. And so it cracks me up. But thank you, Ray Brickham, for the $50 super chat. You are the super chatter of the night. Are you saying I need to escape NYC because things are going to get hot in the streets? Oh, things are going to get hot, baby. They're going to get hot. They're going to get hot. But what you can do is you can be smart and you can be safe. And the neighborhood you live in, you can be always aware. There's even some tactical things that someone approached me to sell, and they're perfect. They're perfect. Like, I'm going to run ads on them. Like, again, I know people are like, oh, you're such a capitalist. No, I'm just a thought leader. Just a person who's going to sit down and write on a piece of paper some thoughts. Now, am I blessed that I'm not overly whelmed and stressed and like, oh my God, the world's going to end? Yes. But it took years for me to get in a position where I could sit down and write. Again, I put out that planner because that's what I do every day. I open it up. I say what I'm grateful for. I'm so blessed to be in the position that many people actually want to come watch me and see me and follow my journey. And on top of that, what are 3 things I'm going to do in my day? Because you can only control what you can control. You can't control other people. People are crazy, wild, and unpredictable. There's a great book called Irrational Predictability. And it talks about, just listen. Prime example. And I'm going to make this, y'all going to be like, oh, here we go talking about relationships. When there's a YouTuber talking about women 35 to 40, you got to watch out, they'll get pregnant on you or something, right? I started laughing. But in the Irrational Predictability book, like if you think about it, when someone realizes their window of fertility is closing, they are more likely to do what? Whoop, popped up pregnant on you. Because everybody knows by 22 years old how not to have babies, how not to get pregnant. And so all of a sudden, magically, to have this very high burst in single motherhood, and also many charts of women in their late 30s having babies, it is a conscious but unconscious decision. That's just one example. Another example is there was a guy upset in one of the trucking groups, and he was like, my company broke a promise to me, and I'm thinking about quitting. And everybody was like, you're going to quit and then have to apply to more companies and it start all over again. But that is the nature of people, that they're so emotionally bent, like they're so emotional that they're like, I'll quit right now. And again, I always say you won for today. You won for today because you quit and you walked off your job, but you didn't win for the future. You didn't win for long term. Now you don't know what your next Friday gonna look like because you ain't gonna have no paycheck. Again, I work in an industry where I've talked to multiple people where if the direct deposit doesn't hit at 9 a.m. Friday, they're calling the office until it hits. Like, I need the money right now, Erica, I need it. I'm like, you just got paid like $2,000 last Friday. Again, truckers make equivalent to engineers. Let's make that very clear. They make anywhere from $1,200 a week to $2,000 a week, especially with this going on, and have bad spending habits. So it's not just money. It's also mindset. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of this. You got to use this. in combination. So a lot of people are heart and emotion right now. And I realize that every time I go on Facebook, I have to be careful. I post something, they're like, you're being cavalier about people's lives. I'm sitting here telling you, people I've known, mothers have died. People I know's husbands have died. People at our church have died. And I'm telling you, it's not that easy I've read articles where there's a woman in Michigan, her husband and her son died. And immediately people said, well, see, her son was going to go play football in Michigan. We don't know his diet. We don't know the air quality in that house. We don't know a lot of factors. Her husband was missing a kidney. He was part of a kidney transplant. He had an autoimmune. I was offended, but I didn't delete the woman because my Facebook is public. But I'm thinking I might have to make it private because people are being so emotional. They're not using their thought process. They're using hindbrain. And hindbrain goes, woman is hot, I want her. Man is hot, I want him. Food is good, I will eat it. Right? Like when you see 600-pound life, people like, how did they get that big? Hindbrain. Food is good, me eat. That don't care, can't move. Food good, me eat. Right? Like they don't think it's not long term. It's not long term. And so when you come on Facebook and you realize that most people are in this state of emotion and they're not thinking long term and they're very hindbrain and they want what's pretty, they want what's hot, even though they may not be economically in a position to take care of such things. They may not be in the economic position to take care of children. They go hindbrain. Baby's cute, me have. Right? They go, food is good, me eat. Me do this, me mad. Right? Like, again, Donald Trump bad. They're very narrow in the thought process because they're using hindbrain. And so when I do this, like somebody was like, well, what is she talking about in the comments? And I go, did you even watch 2 minutes of the video to know what I was talking about? Or you're just commenting because it's like hindbrain. It's hindbrain. So, I just want to make that clear. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Supporting the cause. Thank you so much, C-Dub. Southwest to Southeast. Like even somebody who lived, and he may be watching this, and I ain't making fun of him, but I am. He lives in Maryland. And he's like, yeah, the South is great barbecue, terrible politicians. And you're talking about a state that is full of corruption. And four mayors from Baltimore have been in jail. He's like, well, I don't live in Baltimore. But you live in Maryland. Use your bodoggin here. Use your bodoggin. And you have people who dissociate themselves. Well, I don't live in Dallas, so I'm better than Dallas. You live in Texas. I don't live in Atlanta, so I'm better than Atlanta. No, you live in Georgia. You see what I'm saying? People will kind of disassociate themselves from their state. And I don't let you do that because that's hindbrain. That's not thinking. Okay? And you're talking about when someone says the South has bad politicians and bad this and bad GOP, these are the same people who are running for their lives, screaming from New York, or running for their lives from Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, Baltimore, Maryland, DC. They're running for their lives because they cannot economically survive in New York, but yet they want to tell you where you live is backwards and backwater. Yet they're running here for their lives. They're like for their lives. Because they'll be homeless. If they stayed in New York, they'd be homeless. If they stay where they stay, they'd be homeless. So I take it with a grain of salt, but I laugh because I go, this is the people giving you feedback. This is the people giving you pushback about Texas and Texas business. No, honey, that's not going to work. That dog's not going to hunt. Mimi the trucker, do I have an e-commerce marketing course? I don't. It's inside the Rise of the 20% class, which the price has already gone up. Sorry, everybody. I had to. We're giving too much value. I'm going to bring on every heavy hitter I know and some people you've never even seen me talk to. But here's the thing. When you're in business, like I'm in business, it's nothing but to call a few people like, hey, what are you doing? Because 6-figure, 7-figure people, it's a different language we're speaking. So I'm bringing them onto the course. I'm talking with them. I'm having a conversation and they're answering questions. So we'll be going over e-marketing and what's going on and social media marketing. We'll be talking in depth because it's all the things I'm doing behind the scenes and other people are doing. So again, I'll go ahead to here. Because of the person I am, feel blessed even living in NC. Yeah. Mindful people going live every time Erica is live ain't slick. They're doing what they do. Comedic truth. I'm gonna say something and it's harsh, and I may lose some of y'all. He said he's in New York and there's an ambulance every day in front of his apartment. Let me be very clear. New York is one of the filthiest places on earth. Naples, Italy, one of the dirtiest places on earth. Parts of Paris, dirtiest place on earth. The mayor even said the rats. They're concerned about killing rats right now while everybody's what? Home. Because if they can kill a lot of rats, they can do what? Stop disease in New York. That's how bad it is in New York. In Japan, in Korea, they have police, health police, that go at night killing the rats. Killing the rats. They're so big. So, if we talk about it in the context of how we really want to talk about it, New York is so populated and so dense. Right now in California's had typhoid, tuberculosis, and what's that other outbreak? Hepatitis A, or is it C? Outbreak. Before this all happened. Because they have the highest homeless population in the United States. Second to one, they're number one, and number two is who? New York. You have 122,000 homeless kids. You're going to be an epicenter. There's a reason they make movies. Every movie, you have the highest number of international immigration people flying in every single day to New York. Why did you think they wanted to shut the airports of New York down? To slow it down. So I'm not making fun of this disease. This is a real disease, but you're talking also about highly dense, disgusting, dirty cities. I know people are going to be like, Erica, you're talking bad about New York, and I really don't mean it in the disrespectful way. I'm just saying, even when I go in the summer, the trash is high, it smells like pee. Okay? New York has its own issues. New York, Google this for your own information. This is not me making this up. There's a train stuck in Alabama right now. Let me think if I can remember the city. Dang it. It's stuck in Alabama right now. It has human waste from New York and New Jersey. And it's stuck in Alabama. So the people in Alabama in this small town won the lawsuit to stop New York from shipping their crap, human crap, to Alabama. But guess what? Because they won the lawsuit, the train stopped with 10 billion, I hate to say gallons. I hate to say that. That's not the right word. But you can go Google this article. I'm not making this up. This is a real thing. And they go, what are we going to do? Well, we can't ship it back to New York. When you have a city produce that much waste that they're shipping it in literally trains to other cities, that city's going to be an epicenter of disease. Period. Hands down. So, that being said, that's my feelings on New York. That's why when you see all the news of me making fun of New Yorkers escaping to North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and the governors have literally said shut down Airbnb and 30-day rentals because New Yorkers are flooding us and bringing the disease. Yeah, New York should be closed all year. That's all I got for you. How about that? That's right. Her son had asthma. Her husband had a kidney transplant. Both people immune impaired. If you don't manage your money will manage you. Glendon Cameron. If you don't manage your money will manage you. Yes, this is correct. I'm taking a survey. How many people do you know personally with them? Hey. I saw the story about the father and son. They both were obese. I didn't want to say it because you always get on me when I talk about people being big. So I didn't want to say it. But both her husband and son were both 300 pounds. That's a pre-existing condition. Again, someone pointed out that this athletic man that was a nurse, he got it. He's a bodybuilder. Do you know how many bodybuilders abuse drugs and abuse food? I know a bodybuilder right now in our church who's amazingly beautiful. He's a beautiful man. He only eats chicken and rice. And he got sick. Guess what they said he had? Scurvy. Y'all, you can't even get scurvy. You literally have to not be eating vegetables and fruit for like a year. Oranges, all that. For a year. But he's a beautiful man. He's a bodybuilder. So he's healthy. That's not just because something looks good doesn't mean it is good. Just because somebody looks good doesn't mean they are healthy. Get that through your head. Then they get on the black surgeon general who says, hey, stay in the house, eat, drink some water, stop drinking soda. I don't have a problem with what he was saying because it's true. We act like we don't know Americans are abusing soda, abusing food, abusing things. Stop acting like, oh, we're so offended. We're so offended. How dare him say that we should drink water? What's up, Comet Truth? Wow, Leagy. Be careful. I live in Maryland, one of full of corruption. It is. Maryland's full of corruption. New Jersey's full of corruption. Louisiana, Chicago. I mean, and it's just like, it's like historic corruption. It's not even new corruption. It's like, man, they've been like that. People that want to learn will listen. People that hate won't learn, period. I live in California. Exactly. You know what's up. That's because New York chews up the weak? Does it chew up the weak? Or is it just a corrupt city? Just saying. Tax to the max. I love the class so far. Thank you. Everything's bigger in Texas and better. Native born. He out here walking around. Better get to bringing me mine. Dre, I love you. Dre's my only New York person that well, let me stop. There's 3 other New York people. I love you. But you know New York. It's a beast in its own. I love it. I love you. You're a great person. You're amazing. I'm surprised you are a New Yorker. You're actually very kind and considerate, but you're Jamaican. So that might be what it is. Paris, people go to the bathroom openly. Yeah. Yeah. Next to NOLA. Don't shoot me. There you go. Don't forget Los Angeles. Brooklyn ain't that bad. Baby. Brooklyn ain't that bad. Y'all trash people ain't riding every couple of years. Want some more pay. Stop it. The rats are bigger than cats. New York cost of living is trash and a scam. You have to want to better yourself. I'm sorry. Bubonic plague. Thank you. Literally, when your government in New York is like, we got to kill these rats. You're sitting here like, well, what's going on with the rats in New York? They're like, we got to kill these rats. If that's in your press release about you having to kill the rats, there's a problem. Okay? That's all. She said hepatitis A, B, C, F, H, J, 24 and 29. The plague broke out in Los Angeles. It really did. The air in NC is horrible. Tokyo is way more populated and dense than NYC, and their rates are down. Again, Xanatos clutch. Very true. Also, if you look at Japan, my father was born in Japan. My grandparents lived in Japan for 7 years. My grandparents lived there for 7 years. My dad lived there an additional 5 years of his life after he was born. They are the level of, like, they literally have a police, like a health police. You can Google this. I'm not making this up, y'all. Y'all can go Google everything I'm saying. It's a legal thing. It's a real thing. They have these sticks, and they have a spray, and they go through the city killing rats because the city is so populated and dense. And they have all those vending machines. They kill rats, and literally, I'm not making this up, y'all. You can go look this up. Okay, it's about hand washing. It's about cleanliness. My friend, her daughters are in a actual Japanese immersion school, and they're military, because everybody thinks the military just stays on the base. No, kids are in Japanese school, and every child cleans the hallways and cleans up as they go. Their kids were wearing masks before the school closed. Okay? Japan gonna be all right. Korea gonna be all right. Korea is very known for its spas and hand washing and keeping shoes outside. Misty Seals, $10 super chat. Thank you. Very blessed to have been able to join the course while I was 150. Hoping I'll be able to network once the Facebook group. You sure will be. Typhus. Listen, email account. Give me a break. Typhus. Not typhoid. Typhus. Don't send your sick like Louisiana. It's always when you're watching this. Listen, I'm just telling you. Yes, there's crap stuck on a trail line. Yeah. At one time, pest control had to change what they used to kill rats in NYC. The homeless were eating rats, and pesticides would kill them too. Y'all, that's sad. Japan is different culturally, but also I think the way they've been wearing masks for years, though, right? Like, they've been wearing masks for years. Now it's just more acceptable to wear masks everywhere. I am a Pisces. Fayetteville, NC, all the way infantry. I am from DC, left in the 90s, didn't look back. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The taxes, the rollback from that stimulus bill. Let me tell you something. Hyperinflation. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to be quiet because there's things I'm trying to educate y'all. Like, people are like, oh, the rents are going to go down. The houses are going to go down. Not in hyperinflation. No. What you guys are hoping for is deflation. But we ain't going to have deflation. Go watch Peter Schiff. Go watch some of these guys talk about it. You know, you don't have to take my word. I mean, people call me blunt on here, but it's okay. They do have better. See, people don't understand. Think about Japan and South Korea. Better diets, walking 5 miles minimum a day. I told y'all, like, literally, when my friend would walk to college, she lost 38 pounds in the summer. She just stopped drinking soda. That was the only thing she changed. Soda. She ate the same thing every other day. Just stopped drinking soda. And we walked to campus all the day. I told you there was one summer I lost 30 pounds and everybody was like, what you doing, girl? What you doing, Erica? I said, I literally am just walking every day. So when people say, man, Americans are fat and overweight and all sorts of stuff, look at what they do in other countries. They walk every day. They're walking a lot of miles. They're walking at least, like, if you look, I always talk about my Fitbit, and I'm at like 8,000 steps right now. I need, like, I'd always try to get close to 12,000 steps, 10 to 12,000 steps a day. They show studies, so the Chinese people live so long because they do 10,000 steps a day. So you got to imagine someone's grandma going out walking every day. No, it ain't for me. All right. How to get access to the Facebook group? My assistants manually adding everyone. How bad do you think things will get in terms of safety? I think everyone should arm themselves because what I see, and I've told y'all this is my predictions based off numbers, data, books, information. Literally, you're going to see a huge swath of women going home and working from home and having children at home. When do the most home break-ins happen? During the day. So if you now have a population of people who are going to be home during the day, and the criminal is just kind of making a bit, like maybe it's just the wife and the kids, maybe it's just a woman and a baby, they're going to still do that. They're still going to do that. The person who's robbing every day for a living, because again, this is about habits. The guy or girl, unfortunately, that every day goes and steals packages off people's porches and breaks into homes every day and does a little petty crime every day, they're going to be hungry right now. They don't have any tax returns, so they're going to have to do what? Still do what they do, but increase the level of violence, unfortunately. They showed this one thing where this white couple had broken into like 20 homes. They showed this Asian group of Vietnamese people who had been going from city to city with credit card scams, hitting all the Home Depot and the Lowe's. I mean, this stuff is real stuff. And it's just, only difference is now you're going to be home. Like right now I'm in Austin, Texas, and I got to tell you, most people work from home. And so I'm in a couple Facebook groups where people are watching the neighborhood. Hey, I saw this on my Ring camera today. Make sure y'all watch out for this person. You're going to see that on 10X. You're going to see people doing a little neighborhood watch. Like, again, the reason you don't have many yard sales anymore and you have let go just gets you control who's in your neighborhood and see what you have available for sale, right? Because when you have yard sales or you have people seeing it that ain't living in your neighborhood, they may be doing what? Shaping up the place to steal it, right? So I do think you're going to have a lot more people get home protection. I've even seen ads where people are just all kind of stuff. The doors, to kick in the door. You'll just notice it slightly. You'll notice it, just little measures to protect your family. Again, right now in Texas, because I'm talking about Texas, all the adoption agencies were empty. Like, all the dogs and cats got adopted. Now, I'm make fun of, if you will, cat ladies and cat men and dog men and dog ladies. But guess what happened? Now you have a pet that's there and is used to what? A certain type of noise level. Now you have people, they try to break in, you got a pet. I mean, it's a combination of factors. You really have to try to get scurvy. I mean, literally everybody at church was like, we're praying for him, he got scurvy. How? When there's vitamins. So again, when people tell me he lifts weights, he looks good, the outer doesn't mean the inside. We've all known a skinny person who got seriously sick. I'm not at Walmart. I'm actually at a local food place, and I'm about to get off here because my food should be ready. But like, literally, everybody in the community is trying to support small business. I called for something small, like a Caesar salad and a couple slices of pizza. And they're like, ma'am, it's going to be an hour. I'm like, an hour? Well, go ahead and make me a medium pizza. I'll go take it to my friend's house and me and him go share. And I'll just have my little side salad and go on about my day. But literally, I was like, I'm already here. I'm going to support. I don't know. Y'all apparently must have blocked somebody. Oh, somebody was talking to me reckless? I'm not worried. People escape big cities to go on vacation in the country and work. Yep. Virginia's the most corrupt. Chicago been dirty. Chicago been dirty. New York has too many people. Has 2 million out of staters daily. Yeah. You can't live close to LA or NYC because the US would collapse. Yeah. You can't close LA or, well, Angela, I mean, even here, Texas is the number 10th economy in the world. We're ahead of South Korea, just for the record, because we're Texas. And LA is not what we're not closing. Northern California and Southern California, the food, the agriculture, and the tech that's in Northern California. In the Bay, actually. I know LA thinks they're special, but it's actually the Bay that we have to save. Thank you. The bodybuilding nurse had an enlarged heart before it. See, people love trying to, oh, yeah, healthy people, young, vibrant people are getting this. Yeah. Have you seen people's diets? Have you seen kids? Have you seen the diabetes in little children going through the roof? Yeah. Those people whose parents are poor. Again, they're like, oh, it's going to get all these poor brown and Hispanic people. No, it's going to get the Uncle Lucy's and the Uncle Julius's who probably got diabetes, didn't check on it, ain't checked on it in a while, that person. Dry bulking is what a lot of bodybuilders do. They eat whatever to get big. Corruption with the hint of racism is the reason why Baltimore doesn't look like Vancouver. Xanatos clutch? I would agree. Yes, I would. Everywhere has problems. Everywhere has problems, but everywhere doesn't have New York problems. Like, just New Yorkers just live with it, okay? You ain't never lied. Brian Lewis, I would agree with that. Have you seen, go look up the picture they just showed in NOLA. They cleaned the streets, and people have been joking that they use Fabuloso because it looks real shiny. And I hope they didn't use Fabuloso, but it's a joke. I mean, they did something to it. Oh, God, that's terrible. When I used to drive Over the road, I saw a rat in Chicago the size of a small dog. Let's say I got back in my truck. Oh my God. 300 GameStop stores just closed. Ryan Gillum, thank you for sharing that. You know why that's important? Because people are like, people are going to buy games. People are going to buy games. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. Are they? Are people buying games? Thank you for the $5 super chat, Doreen. Rats are real kings of New York. Rat City, Rat City. Vice City did a special about people that go out at night to kill rats. They did. Everybody go look that up. Vice City did a special about it. Thank you, Truth Teller, for the $10 super chat. Thank you, Erica, for being so positive. The best thing for us to do is to lift each other's spirits, family, friends, and others. Yeah, I mean, listen. Is it going to get bad? It's going to get bad for certain rings of the economic ladder. Is that nice to say? No. No one wants to hear that. Aren't my friends that live in this one part of town going to be just fine? Yes. Are all my engineer friends who are working from home and were not only giving a desk, they were given desks from IKEA and laptops and printers to go home. Seriously. Like, I've even designed the trucking business in the office I'm in right now for all of my employees to work from home. One of my employees has a 4-month-old baby. I was like, if you ever feel sick, stay home. If I ever feel sick, I'll stay home. All this we can do from the phone and from the computer. We ain't got to be here. Even the person I hired on new, got her from here from YouTube. She's going to be remote. All these things can be done from home. For those of you who can't do stuff from home, it's going to be a problem. The earth is cleansing itself. Erica seems abrasive to some of y'all, but she's the nicest person in the world. Yeah, people who've met me in person know I'm not a pushover, but why would I be all like, hey, you guys, this is Erica. Talk to me any old kind of way. That's all right. Yell at me, cuss at me. I'm okay with that. No, get out of here with that. That's crazy. I worked in healthcare for over 12 years. Tuberculosis, whooping cough, MRS, MRSA. You were exposed more than people already know. Oh, yeah. I mean, I watched this movie about the hospital industry having to pay nurses who get, pricked, accidental prickings and AIDS. Where the guy wanted a patent for the needle to cover back over, and they wouldn't approve it. And they said, why are they doing this? Nurses keep getting pricked and getting AIDS. And they were like, lobbyists, money. The course is still available. Price just went up. Yeah, Peter Schiff sometimes can get annoying, but yeah. When has ever rent went down? Thank you. Like, they rather it sit empty than the rent go down. So funny. I mean, when I was in Chicago, and I was riding with I'm messing her name up. She gave us a tour of her city. I already knew there's only so many places you can go. Every time I've been in the store, I've seen a bunch of Dr. Pepper and Pepsi and Mountain Dew. Honey, I can't. I can't even go in the store. I can't wait. I can't be in lines. It's just too much. Hold on, y'all. Hey. Hey, can you check on Erica Williams? It's a pizza and it's a salad. It was supposed to be done at 9:10.
Did you already call?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
Okay, listen. Y'all know I didn't call. But that ain't the point. Anyway. Tried to buy a Glock. Most cities in NC have limited stock. Listen, Jabrass. North Carolina, you better go to some of them little small hit country boy stores. Well, Peter Schiff has been wrong on some things. I will say that. Woo! Thank you for the $20 super chat. Toby Turbo. I don't know who that is, but thank you. Thought scurvy only happened to pirates. It happens to people who don't eat food. There was even a little boy who got sick, and it come to find out his mom had just been feeding him French fries, white starches, and something else. And that the doctors finally figured it out. It was like, he's not eating fruits or vegetables. So, Uh, Texas has never truly been closed. If you go, guy, and I posted this, and people can cuss me out, I don't care. I put it on my Facebook multiple times where it had the quarantine essential business list of Austin, Texas. Each city did one. Houston did one, Dallas did one, Austin did one. It listed almost everybody, y'all. It should have just said, if you make peanut butter jelly sandwiches, you're essential. If you swipe the card at the coffee shop, you're essential. Pretty much everybody was essential. 80% of businesses were still at work. So when people said, well, it was closed. Okay, well, it was. I mean, technically, for people who just need to be off the road, I mean, I guess, for old people, I guess. Everybody else been at work. Most people that I've met from Houston are entrepreneurial. Yes. Houston is one of those cities, like, they don't care about color as much as they care about where your mind at, what you're doing. Texas is 10th, that's right. Texas, they know their role, right? They know their role, right? Texas threatened to say, well, we're not going to do that, right? The last president was like, hey, you got to get the real ID to fly in the airports. And Texas is like, we ain't doing that. So Barack Obama said, well, then we're going to pull all the money from TSA out of your state. We're going to pull all the federal guidelines. And every time somebody flies in or out of Texas, they're going to have to show their passport. Whether at the border of every corner of state border, y'all, or flying. Rick Perry said, all right, chill out. Texas ain't gonna secede. We just joking. Chill out. Because they can't. Because at the end of the day, the government will, same thing with California. The government would say, oh, you want to cut up? Show a passport whether you're coming or going out of your state. They would immediately make the driver's license of that state invalid for the rest of the United States. Trust me, they'll never do that. Never. Austerity and corruption will come to a city near you. You better check your temperature with, temperature guns and everything. Now, if this guy don't come back out with my food in about 5 more minutes, I'm gonna go knock on the window, y'all. He know it was me. Bring me my salad. No, AM1 is at home. My other friend. AM1 is at his house in California. AM1 came, stayed for almost like a week and a half. He filmed a ton of stuff. He did a great production work. Then he went to Dallas and filmed production work there. I mean, AM1 is a class act. He will be back out in Texas, but probably when it comes to the boat party and also me speaking at Houston, Texas, the summit, speaking at the summit. So AM1's class act, does great work. I think that's me. Maybe. No, maybe. Yeah, it's me. Thank you so much.
I've got a hot Caesar salad and a medium white ricotta with pepperoni and spinach on one side.
Yes, right, thank you. Have a good night. Stay safe. Well, you guys, that commences this video. I did promise y'all I'll do it for an hour, and I went over. So let me see what else y'all say real quick before I wrap it up. Thank you. The name of the Alabama town is a Parish, Alabama, on the other side of Birmingham. Yes, thank you. Go Google that. 6-figure earners will be fine. Below that, I don't know. Woo, I don't know. Go look up right now the essential business list for the rest of the week in Austin, Texas. I had to buy my laptop. Can I send you my bill? My local GameStop has not received its UPS shipment of Resident Evil. Corona beer losing money. They probably are. Oh, he did give me a little bit of attitude. Did you call? Let me tell you something. And I'm not even going to knock him. There's been 100 cars that were going through it out here. And I actually do feel bad for them. They were wearing masks and gloves. I don't know if y'all can see his hand when he literally was talking to me through a mask. I know he's sweating because they're just walking. We ain't been shut down. Like I keep trying to tell y'all, we ain't shut down. Waco, Texas has had more traffic since this thing, not less. And I get it. But I use my platform for good and positive and what I'm going to do. Cam, I ain't going to say nothing about that. River Oaks in Houston has no black people. Really? Tell me about it. I've heard that Houston has progressed a lot racially. I've heard San Antonio is similar, Austin, Dallas. However, heard mixed opinions. San Antonio's clutch. I think it's right now, all the black people I see like just moving here from California and Ohio and New York and just flooding this place. Like the numbers have completely changed in a lot of places. And every time I've gone out, I've never had a problem. I'm gonna say this, and this is offensive. And I know there's a lot of Hispanic people watching my channel. Most white people out of certain towns in Texas, they don't have problems with black people. They have problems with Hispanic people. It's quite unfortunate. And then my friend that moved here from Brooklyn, he's half black and half Mexican. And his Spanish is not always the best. And when he started talking to people, he was like, these Mexicans think they white. Well, there's a certain kind of divide here where some of the Hispanic people don't speak Spanish. They speak English and they get offended if you try to start speaking Spanish with them. They're like, I was born here, I was raised here, I'm Texan. And it's like, okay, where is that coming from? So there's levels to what's going on here. Now, you can listen to Nick Taylor talk about San Antonio, but San Antonio used to be black. And if anybody know what I'm talking about, go Google San Antonio now. So, again, that's for that. Check that pizza for rats. Nah, this pizza's not gonna have no rats. All right. Class times vary. Class times are Tuesday 6:30. Some Thursdays, not all the time. Thursday 6:30 and Saturdays, because you got to realize when you're working with business owners and you're asking them to come do something, that means they got to stop what they're doing, set their camera up, and be ready. Like O'Neal just happened to be like, all right, fine, let's go, and then he loved it. He loved being there. Same thing. I'll have Diamond Cut Media from Instagram on Tuesday 6:30. I'll also have I can't say the other two big names in credit. Other than Credit Irene coming on. And again, you gotta think about it. This guy said, if y'all thought that was attitude, don't come to NYC. Yeah, I've been seeing some of that stuff going on in China, but here's the thing, like, I would have left China before that. Oh, my phone's about to die, y'all. Anyway, all right, you guys. This is your girl, Erica, from the Classy Climb blog. If you want to join the YouTube course, links are going to be in the description. If you want to join the Rise of the 20%, where many people in America are going to live and thrive and be that 70% that are going to work and making money, you can join that course. They've been sharing it in all the links. Yes, the price went up, but it is what it is. I have to go. Latest.